Welcome everyone to another Final 5 video. I believe this is part 4. I have part 5 planned already and what we're gonna do in part 5, but part 4 is probably gonna be the most ambiguous episode of this. And before I come out with part 5, which will mostly be in-game areas and some of the more controversial history about the game. I feel like that's a fitting place to end with this game. From what I know, I'm not going to be completely precise with my sources, but it's going to be what I know. Today, we are going inside the Plexus again. And I don't have any specific goal in mind. There's a couple of jump scare areas that I want to show off. And there are some other cool areas that I want to show off, but I don't have a specific theme today. I think I said that the other times, and I ended up making a title for it. But there is one area that I will show off as sort of a prologue to the final one. And I will be talking about that. But let's get in there. And we are actually not going to be here. That's not where we're meant to be. I'm just gonna go out and in, and the reason why is because if I go out and in, hopefully I don't get put in C64, nice. The stupid text box goes away. So I don't have to deal with that text box anymore when I walk through the castle. I think after 120 stars, they go away anyway. But that is one way to sort of definitively get rid of them. But let's get to the first area, shall we? The first area that I have in mind, and we're going to save state here because we're probably going to be crashing a little bit. The first area I have in mind is found within Beta Lobby C. Well, it's the starting point anyway. Beta Lobby C. 3 and 3 on the door. 4th floor. Oh, by the way, while I'm going to the area, I wanted to say something. I did a post about how many A presses it took to beat this game, and it was super fun. I was also in Discord with Chris doing some of the levels, and it was a fun experience. It initially came from an idea that a person in the Discord, it just came up with the idea and was like, can you do this in 0 A presses? And I got intrigued for some reason. I got intrigued, and yes, I ended up beating the game. Well, not 0 A presses, but I ended up finding out the answer. And now the sort of ironic part of it, the very ironic part of it, was that all of the A presses ended up happening at the end. So traversing the Bowser's floor and getting to Eternal Fort Beta and everything, like that's where all the A presses happen, which is it's super funny. Anyways, we're in Bowser's domain and we're in Bowser's bedroom right now. Quite a big bed, and I don't remember that being blue. It used to be a different color, but 1.0 did change the lighting of this area to be much more ominous and dark. But anyways, I actually had a different way that I wanted to show how to get to the Unsettling Maze. You know what? We can do a couple of different ways to get here, because it's been a while since I've done that. The Unsettling Maze is quite an interesting area. If I stop talking for a second. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that mechanical winding sound? That is... yeah, that is one of the areas. I don't actually remember when Unsettling Maze. I think it was either in the Moto's Factory demo or it was in the 1.0 demo, which had Cozy Wood, Grim Green Forest, which had a different soundtrack at that time, and the Boo level that I always forget the name of. But obviously, in Unsettling Maze, we have the really unsettling Bowser pictures, and there's something else that I want to show you. We're gonna go to the jump scare area, actually. The area with the jump scare. It's pretty easy to get there, you literally just follow the sound. And this was actually an area that I kind of missed during the lobby video. Because when you go here, you get put in a lobby. See, this is kind of bait. I mean, it's kind of bait lobby B and everything. You can get out of here if you want to. You can go through the door there, and you get put at the start of the maze, basically where it came from. Now, we have a faceless toad over there waiting for us, but that's actually not what I want to show you. We're gonna go in anyway. But underneath, you have what looks to be, I don't know if it's actually the same area, but you have what seems to be Dreamy Descent. Right, which is a reference to Dream 64. I don't actually know if that is the area, if this is just a prototype version of it, the area that you see through the wall. I actually don't know. Obviously, even though I'm close to the toad, I can just fast travel away. Which we're gonna do, because I'm gonna show you a different way to get there anyway. This is Beta Lobby B with warp textures. This is Plexo Lobby with vomit textures. How wonderful. Yeah, the Fulbright corruption looks very, very weird on the in the Plexo Lobby. But we are going to the vanilla lobby. So through the pipe here into plain regular vanilla lobby with the E3 layout, obviously not the final game layout, which it did have in 0.7. I don't know if I ever said that, but I probably did. But we are going to the parallel lobby. Definitely my favorite lobby in the whole game. And we are heading, not through that door. We are heading through a door in the corner here. You probably recognize this from the Floor 4B video. So you have the doors, you have the outer part of the garden, you have greenhouse framework, and then you have the door that we're supposed to go through. You also have Hazy Memory Cave right there. I think that's Hazy Memory Cave. But you have this area. Wait, did this always have background? Oh, whatever. Anyways, warped internal garden. Obviously, you have the floor 4B window right there that you can jump through. But you also have a little opportunity here to jump up. I think there's an easier way to do it. Isn't there an easier? I'm pretty sure there's yeah, over there. There's an easier way to do it. We wouldn't want to make it too hard for us, would we now? So you just sort of jump up there, and can I stop missing the wall jump? I think I can just jump and then hit a wall jump and then get up there. Yeah, no problem. And this is one of those slopes that you can walk on. But up here, you have the Unsettling Maze again, but this is the far side of the Unsettling Maze, so this is probably the area that's the farthest away from the jump scare. You have to run. You have to run quite far to get over there. Okay, all the way over here. Oh, wrong way. But basically all the way over here and then over, and that puts us in Bowser's domain right there. I don't actually remember if you can jump into the peach painting. I don't think so. Nope, you definitely can't. You definitely aren't able to. I did do some fun stuff here because you can BLJ right here. See if I can show it. My BLJs are really rusty recently. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Whee, and that's how you get in there. Now, you've probably seen this jump scare before. There's not really any way to avoid it as far as I know. You can't do any like fancy wall jumps or anything. You get too close and you get the Toad amalgam jump scare. Which is not the only place where that happens. Holy Jesus. That is the, that's not the Fulbright corruption, that's the inverted colors. Inverted colors corruption. That looks horrible. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's not the only way to do it. So if we... This might be the video with the most corruption so far, because my god, I'm getting one like every room almost. So, Toad Lobby, beautiful. area, as per usual. Right door. In the room with the toad. Silent sewers. Now, if you, instead of going straight, if you head over here, you have the door. Followed by a door. Followed by a door. Followed by another door. And then you have another door. And you have another door, followed by a faceless toad that will say, "Please walk quietly in the hallway, Marrow." And it's kind of just, you know, just this, just going. And now we're at the dark area. And we have another toad all the way in the corner. I don't think he was there initially. I think he was in the middle of the room. But yeah, please walk quietly in the hallway. You go through a couple of more rooms. I think it's like 3 or 4 more of these. 3. And 4. And here we are. I actually didn't explore this area very well last time, but I think there's not really that much. I think the room size is the exact same. And as far as I remember, and don't quote me on this, but as far as I remember, when the jump scare happens, I think it depends on level scaling. You can actually see that dreamy descent area again. Let's see if it actually happens. Yeah. So this happens to the jump scare sometimes, and I think it's level scaling that does this. It always happens to me when I'm on a high save file. So you see the Bowser painting in the background, and you see the amalgam at a distance. I honestly, I don't know why it does this. I have no idea why it does this. Anyways, let's go to a more positive area. An area that I didn't really show off last time. I wanted to show off. So we're in Beta Lobby B with inverted colors. Or not inverted colors, with warped textures yet again. And... oh, no corruption here this time. Thank God for that. Back to the vanilla lobby. Please do not crash my game. Thank you very much. And we are heading through the Bowser door, or Star door. And we are passing the first to go through the second. This area is called BTB, or Breaking the Barrier. Breaking the Barrier lobby, whatever you want to call it. That's quite cool. All the doors, they don't really serve any purpose other than the top and the bottom one. This area is a Mario Nova 64 reference. Internal garden. I think I showed this off in my positive aura video, but I don't remember. Now, while it is a Mario Nova 64 reference, the layout is very different, while still upholding the spirit of the original area. Like, it's not like you go to this area and then you say, this is not internal garden. Like, this area immediately makes me think, oh, Mario Nova 64, internal garden. And obviously it was a little bit different, because in the video, it's called The Man Dressed in Green. In that video, it was only, like, the mirror area. There wasn't, like, the bigger branches and the paintings and such. And the Luigi painting was not this eerie. But you know what happens? You jump into the Luigi painting, and then you get put here. Now, if you don't have a lot of stars, I think it's under 120 stars, there will be dialogue here that says, "Wahaha." So that's kind of cool. Going over here, we have floor 3B. And you have a cool way to... You have a toad that gives you a star here, I believe. I think I showed off last time, I believe. I believe I showed off the delicious cake area last time. But did you know that there is a different way to get there? Through here. It is the exact same area, but it's just a different way to get there. And fun thing is that if you die while warping there from 3B, you'll get put back here instead of through the painting. Just a fun little fact. Now, here is where it gets kind of interesting. There is another area that I want to show you. On the topic of jump scares, did I show off the castle garden already? I think I did, but I didn't show everything in the castle garden. Pretty sure I didn't. Also, I have a new discovery. So, obviously, over there, you have the eel jump scare, and there's no way to get out, and press A, and you end up having to die. You have this area, which is Toad's rec room, and I guess this can serve as sort of a correction from last time, because the Toad rec room plays the theme called Anomaly, right? In one of my Final Fives videos, I said that the Shadow Forest area played Anomaly, but it actually plays a different theme called Diminished Phases. This is Anomaly. You break this right here, and you get yourself a star. You're also able to go outside again if you want to. There's not any particular requirement. But anyways, the discovery that I made, this takes you to the Toad Maze. The discovery that I made is that over here, you can actually jump on top of the mushroom here and do a little triple jump spin, getting you on top of the castle. Now, it's only possible after you've gotten 120 stars, because that rec room doesn't appear otherwise. Out there is where the eel jump scare happens. It's behind the castle, where the warp is. So now you know that. But there is another last thing that I want to show as sort of a prologue to the last Final Five video that I'm making, which it's gonna take a bit because I have a couple of more B3313 videos that I want to make. Most notably the A-Press one, because I finished it and I was like, why not show that off? I think that would be super appropriate to do. But there is one more thing that I sort of want to show off, and it's not anything specific or crazy, and we will be going to that area in the Final Five. The last episode that we're doing. So we're in the Beta Lobby B right now. Head upstairs. And we want to head up the stairs, or up the ramp. It's not really a stairway. To underground passageway. Controller, would you mind? Not now. Bad time. So, 4th floor final. And this area, of course, you've reached an incomplete area. Turn your system off now, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to show a fun little fact about this area. A couple of fun facts. Obviously, it's a Greenio reference. In the next Final Five video that we're doing, we're going to show off quite a nasty Greenio reference, a different kind of Greenio reference. But I just wanted to say that there is a cake here. That's all I wanted to show. There's just a cake here. And there is a stovetop that actually deals damage. Yeah. So you can get stuck here and Burn yourself if you want to. See that? Super beautiful, right? Anyways. The last area that I want to show off, the absolute last area of this video that I want to show off, is going to require us to go back to the Plexo lobby. I think some of us know this area, some of you know this area, and some of you might not be aware of this area because it is very obscure and there are two ways to get there. I'm going to show you the second way to get there in the final video. But for now, we're going to be doing the cheese way because there is something else that I want to test out. Apparently the hotfix, the second hotfix of this game, added something. I don't know if that's in my build because my build is actually... My build is a quote-unquote developer build. Where I was basically testing out if things were crashing or not. So I don't know if that works in my version or if I have to update. But you know the drill. Oh, actually, we messed up a little bit. We mess up sometimes, don't we? We mess up sometimes. There's just a minor issue. We have 0 lives. Which means that we are gonna game over if we try to do what I was trying to do. So we're just gonna fix that real quick. Yeah. But yeah, this area I'm about to show off is quite a nasty one because of the history that it has. It's a poke, would you say? It's a poke or a jab at someone specific. Or a group of people specifically. That I wanted to show off. And I'm gonna go more in depth with that in the last Final 5 video, the one where the B3313 content officially stops. For now. So, Crimson Hallway, through the boo here. And what we do is we simply die in this area. So the easiest way to do that is literally just by side flipping near this wall. Then you die. And you get put in Dark Monochrome Castle Grounds, which did not have Dire Victory playing on release, so Chris has definitely changed something in this area. But the reason why I wanted to go here was because there is something else that I want to check out. Because apparently a warp has been changed over here. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what's been changed. This is also very interesting because this is an unused... This was previously an unused track. So I find that very interesting. You go outside, we're once again in the dark monochrome castle grounds, but the area that I wanted to show off, you should all know very well. So back here, the 2 doors are broken. We go in here, we get put in an area that has been named by yours truly. Well, I didn't name it exactly. I wanted to name another area, and Chris and Big Dip thought that name might actually fit very good for this area. This area is called Victorious Consequences. And it is, before my game crashes, it is a reference to the Unabandoned team. It's a reference to, apparently, since I've never played Unabandoned before, but it's apparently a reference to how you beat the game in that version with a room with Peach that gives you a cake or something. But yeah, this is one of the ways that Chris has jabbed at the Unabandoned team for making Unabandoned. Now, in Final 5, in the last episode that I'm doing, I will be showing off the rest of those areas that do the same thing. Not all of them with the same... Not all of them are pointing towards the Unabandoned team, I'll just make that clear. Some of them point towards specific people, and some of them actually point towards the player. You know, lore-wise. But I am going to be ending this video now. And yeah, before the last Final 5 video comes out, I am gonna try something cool. I'm gonna be uploading some shorts that will... I guess it'll make the game easier for you. It's showing you how to navigate the different beta lobbies and what stages they contain and such. Shortened down to 60 seconds with me talking in the background. I have some uncommented free runs through the Plexus that I have also planned, which will also be released before the last video. And then there's the one with the A-presses. So those are a couple of things to look out for, but the Final 5, Part 5, is going to be a nasty video because we are going in depth. At least a little bit. And I'll try the best I can to my knowledge to explain everything, and the YouTube comments, they usually do really well to educate further if I do something wrong, and I'm happy for that. But I will see everyone in the next video. Take care, everyone.